Testing, testing. Going live, and we're live. I think. I am live, but my camera's not on. I should see to that. I'm live and I'm tiny. Interesting. Alright. Good evening. I'm Max Porter. By day, I am the writer, editor, lore keeper, board game designer, stream host, and various other things at the video game company City State Entertainment. But tonight, and often, I am a game master. And I am doing campaign planning and design this evening. And I hope some of you hop in and join me. At the moment, I am looking at the Wildlands campaign. This map, of course, created by the amazing Saving Thrower at savingthrower.deviantart.com. The other assets on here are all from Roll20, I think. And various people who have contributed to this wonderful website. I have the party in somewhat dire straits, as they have ventured through this secret door, or through various teleporting stone plinths, into this area of the dungeon, where there's lots of undead. Now, one thing I'm thinking of doing is letting them get through this part, hopefully alive, but that's up to them at this point, and possibly not forcing them to finish all of my planned content for this dungeon, as I think some of the players who have been enjoying it thus far are maybe getting a little bit tired of this sandy dungeon. They got used to traveling around the world and doing various adventures in the overworld, as it were. And I think that they are about ready to be quit of this place. So, I think I'm going to help them with that. By closing off some bits of this dungeon, or making them at least a bit shorter and simpler. So I'll think about how to do that. In the meantime, one of the things I have done in this campaign is I've wanted to reward. Lots of GMs do this, but I have my own unique take, I think. Lots of GMs offer players a reward for creating a backstory for their character. This is Dungeons & Dragons. You usually start the game already having had a past history of some kind. You're an adventurer. You're a hero. And at least to some degree, you are more than average. And so backstories become important in that setting, in that genre. So I wanted to give the players a reward of some kind for creating a backstory, so that they'd have an incentive. And what I did in this, now I've tried lots of things in many different campaigns. I've often done the incredibly overpowered, especially in this edition, offering a free feat, or in Pathfinder, offering talent, I think, is the term for these kind of weaker than feats option that they suggest for backstories. But I've often felt that that was kind of a lot. Let me just check that my mic is working. It's working. Sorry about the echo there. So in this campaign, I often feel when there's a mechanical benefit to creating a backstory, people feel more pressured in a bad way to create a backstory. Like they're not playing their character right if they don't make a good backstory and get the mechanical rewards. And for people who aren't necessarily, all that interested in creating a backstory, or don't want to write it a particular, they might feel torn between writing it to get a particular benefit and writing it, doing something unusual with their backstory, or writing it the way they want it, just in order to get some kind of boost in their numbers. So, what I've done is I've made the reward fit the action. In the Wildlands campaign, I offer players a secret. Something that I write, something that only their character will know. And it has always been location and time-based to get the players involved with the calendar and the map, because those are important in a hex crawler game, and especially in this kind of hex crawler. So, yes, it's kind of a reward, I think, because it feels like a reward because it is secret from the other players. And it doesn't have a mechanical benefit. It's a story benefit, which I think fits. It matches the action of writing a backstory a lot better. And so far, I've been happy with it. I think people have been interested in their secret, but it hasn't really come up in the game. In the actual play, it hasn't actually. None of the secrets have actually triggered yet. So, I guess I have to reserve judgment, and it remains to be seen just how well it will work. But all that said, I need to create another secret because one of the players got me their backstory. It's extremely well written. And I'm going to, I think, I won't put her text on screen just yet. But I will read it and think about it and create a secret here. So this is Mavra's backstory. The plucky dwarf who wields a warhammer and seems to roll an awful lot of critical hits. So Mavra's backstory, she made up a city, a dwarven city, and the name of a mountain, which is cool. And she made up a brewer's guild. So she's very into brewing and fighting. She also made up the Pink Chill, a rare but dangerous affliction for dwarves that took her father. That should be interesting. I should bring that in. And so she really cared about this brewery and the Guild of Brewers. So she tried to save her father, but she failed, and she feared retribution from the guild and fled the dwarven city. Thankful that her mother's lessons had provided the skills she would need to seek her fame and fortune in a new way out in the surface world. Awesome. What's interesting is she's written this backstory in such a way that I can have the city of Deldum a place on the map of the Wildlands, made with hexographer. Textures by myfreetextures.com. Could be a location on the map, or it could be off the map, or it might just be underground and unknown to whatever map maker created this document. So, lots of options here. Which is perfect, because that way it doesn't matter. She can make up whatever she wants. And I can use it however I like. So, something about her parents might be an interesting secret. Unknown to the other players. None of whom are in chat tonight, I don't think. I like this pink chill. What a great dagger she's handed me. I've got to use that. So maybe a secret about the pink chill or a cure for the pink chill. Maybe there's been an outbreak and I like that. That could work. Maybe there's been an outbreak. And she could have heard about it from the healers that she was trying to use, trying to get help from for her father. This doesn't involve the Brewers Guild, which is a potential enemy that could be interesting. Could connect it by saying that the Brewers Guild somehow knew about the disease or is doing something else dastardly. Regarding that. The question is, where do I want to set this? Where do I want to send her? This area looks nice. A perfect place for a disease to break out. It could be even this town, which would be close by. And might be something a little... I could make it a bit of a shorter... a bit of a nearer thing. Oh yes, it won't be calendar-based. If it's an outbreak. Unless the pink chill specifically arrives every X number of months. Like the cycle of the disease somehow that afflicts this disease that afflicts dwarves, if it somehow has a multi-month or multi-year cycle, that might have a calendar connection, so that she'd need to be in a particular place at a particular time. How would she have found out about where, if the outbreak hasn't happened yet? It could just be starting. And she could have heard this through the healers, that there's a healer going to be there to combat the pink chill, who believes they have discovered the cure. This is getting interesting. I kind of like the idea of putting it over here. I don't know anything about this area, but I'm looking at it, and it's a great place for the outbreak of a disease, because we have this bridge, this tremendous bridge over here, and it has the potential to spread from this town to the tower, to the I don't know whether that's a wizard's tower or some kind of fortress or something else like that. It could spread across the bridge to this other town and make a whole mess of trouble. I wonder if the Dwarven City is over here. That could be another secret, actually. The location of the Dwarven City could be a secret. Doesn't seem very dwarfy to keep their city a secret. But yeah, brewers guilds and such. I might not make that a secret. Besides, I want the player of Mavra to feel as though she has freedom to pursue this secret, and not like it's going to cause more trouble. So I don't think I'm going to involve the location of the city as a dramatic turning point. All right. Secret. The pink chill has a multi-year cycle. It okay. From the healers that Mavra, from the healers that you sought aid from, you learned that the pink chill has a multi-year cycle. First, just a few River Dangerous Affection for dwarves. Just a few dwarves get sick in a town, in a settlement. Then, a month later, they all get it. Friends, or fans of Mavra's Brews have hinted, while deep in their cups, that I think I'll put that as the source of the other part of the other part of the secret. I should rephrase that too. Fix that syntax in a minute. Then, a month later, they all get it. A couple of months after that, and the older dwarves die. Yet, there is hope. Some healers, some have whispered that a great cleric, now I need a cleric name, a dwarven cleric name. Should I keep it all in the family and make them dwarven? I love fantasy name generator.com. Let's try cleric first. It's not gonna give me what I want. Fine. It's a dwarf. Hugrotum Goldhide. That's not bad. I don't like Goldhide so much. Thorone Brewbow is too cliche. Scottruli Forgeborn. That's pretty cool. Alemail. Hugrotum Gold something. Gold hand. Gold. I really like Hugrotum. Maybe I'll stick with that. Gold hair. That's not bad. Has discovered a cure and intends to use it at the next outbreak. Fans of Maver's Brews have hinted while deep in their cups that the first few and intends to... Why would Hugrotum be at a specific place at a specific time? Hugrotum Gold Hair has discovered a cure. He will be appearing at the Great Convocation. I need a town name. Town, help me. Fantasy town. Brinewind. Well, it's not next to the sea, necessarily. Elderside. Trade Drift. I like Trade Drift. But I want to make that, like, a really ocean-based city, like this place. Trade Drift. That's so great. Trade Drift. Trade Drift. Swiftfall. The town of Swiftfall. The town of Amber Gulch. Town of Belgrove. I like Belgrove. Sounds like there's a lot of churches there with bells. Might be the kind of place that a great cleric shows up. You will be repairing at the Great Convocation in Belgrove. Now I need the date. Where's my little calendar that I have? Should I make it soon? I have most of these things as happening pretty soon. Now this player, this is where I need to take the player into consideration. This player isn't a particularly talkative one, so she might not get the chance to push for her secret. On the other hand, this might be an opportunity to do that. Yeah, I'll make it... let's see what other dates I have. I don't want to purposefully make it a problem for everyone to do them all at the same time. Jojor, Rico. Second day in the month of Mand. 19th of Jurk. Cool. I don't think I've got anything as soon as Fiexi, which is my February in this world. So, we shall say the 29th, because it's a leap year. Belgrove on the 29th of Fiexi. This town of temples. This town of many temples. Town of 1,000. Town of 100 temples. Let's not go crazy. 1,000 feels better. This town of 1,000 temples. 1,000 steeples. It's gonna make it more of a city, really. But I'm okay with that. This town of 1,000 steeples lies. And now I give directions in this manner. Oh, well, that'll be easy. Let's see here. From Turin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Oh, that's very close. It could be over here. I could make this Belgrove. And then the fear is that... And then the pink chill could be happening in this town. Yeah, I think I want to make it a little bit farther. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days travel southeast. 6 days travel southeast of Turin. Across the... and across... and across... Oh, I need a bridge name. The bridge... I bet this has a bridge name. Yep. Oh, man. Fantasy name generator. Generators.com. Is there anything you can't do? And across the Grand Bridge, the Parallel Bridge, the International Bridge, the Jagged Overpass. Frankly, I thought this was... the Bonagan Viaduct. The Venson Bridge. The Carlshaw Crossing. Le Pont du Point de Mystère. The Ornate Bridge. None of those are particularly inspiring. The Bridge of... No. Well... I want to make it something interesting. Dungeon names. The Bridge of... The Moaning Bridge. Nope, I'm not going to do that. The Yodeling Pickle. No. Something... What's going to inspire me here? The Fractured Bridge. The Bridge of... I kind of really want it to be of something. Not sure. try book titles. The Bridge of Angels, The Bridge of Warriors, The Bridge of Fire. Those are some fun book titles. Not quite what I'm looking for. Treaty names. The Bridge of Innocence. The Bridge of Broken Souls. It's a little purple. The Bridge of... Just need... Bridge of Ancients. The Bridge of... I'm really wasting a lot of time thinking about this bridge, but it's important. It's going to inform a lot of the feel. I've got to remember those fungus names. Determine a lot of the feel. The Bridge of... The Bridge of Fallen. Bridge of Heroes. No. Maybe it's the material of the bridges. The Bridge of Diamonds. Bridge of Glass. That's kind of interesting. So that'll let her count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Southeast. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, and across the Bridge of Glass. I'll say to the east, just to be really clear. Yet there have been whispers also of... Oh, Kick Assassins! It shall be Glass Onion. Welcome, Kick Assassins. I still love that screen name. Kick Assassins. Yet there have been whispers also of... No, wait, I kind of want... Also of danger. Of another outbreak. This secret's getting kind of long, but I don't mind because Maver's player wrote a fairly extensive backstory. Not as extensive as Bella's, which is amazing. But she also got a very lengthy secret, so I'm gonna come close to that one. Yet there was also of another outbreak. Some have shown signs of pink... no. while deep in their cups. Fans of Maver's Brews have hinted that another outbreak is starting. The first few have fallen sick in nearby towns. It's a little messy, but let's clean it up. Alright. So here's the secret. From the healers that you sought aid from, from the healers that could not help your father, you learn that the Pink Chill has a multi-year cycle. First, just a few dwarves get sick in a settlement. Then, a month later, they all get it. A couple of months after that, and the older dwarves die. Yet, there is hope. Some have whispered that a great cleric, who Grotum Goldhair, has discovered a cure. He will be appearing at the Great Convocation in Belgrove on the 29th of Fiexin. Would it be more interesting if... No, I like that. This town of 1,000 steeples lies 6 days' travel southeast of Torine, and across the Bridge of Glass to the east. Yet there have been whispers also of another outbreak. While deep in their cups, fans of Maver's Brews have hinted that another outbreak is starting. And the first few have fallen sick in nearby towns. That seems pretty secret-y. I guess I could add that... Nah, it's getting kind of long now. Long and slow. I think that's plenty. Alright, cool. So that's going to be Maver's secret that none of the other players know. As a reward for creating her character history. Alright. That leaves us with something else to do. It's time to switch games, switch gears a little bit, and create another rumor for my Blades in the Dark campaign. I'm still going for trying to make them all, giving them many, many interesting options in that game. So let's open up the Blades in the Dark game. Close down that one. There we go. And I'll open up my notes for rare imports. And here we are with the rumors. Now, if you've watched my previous streams, you already know my first step is to check at Duskvol News, the Twitter bot that makes random inspirational rumor ideas or news bits. Let's see. Let's see if we can get an interesting rumor out of any of these. Last night, Crow's Foot was disturbed by a brawl between the Ministry of Provisions and the Ink Rakes. Well, that's an interesting group to have a brawl. The Ministry of Provisions being the official body that, supplies the city. And the Ink Rakes being the clerks at the governmental buildings that think they're cool. Kick Assassins, is this a D&D thing? If you were asking that about my other campaign, the Wildlands, then yes, that was a D&D hexcrawler game. This game is Blades in the Dark. So not D&D, a different tabletop role-playing game by John Harper. This is some art from the game. These textures are from myfreetextures.com. But it is this game, this ghost punk game, takes place in a haunted city called Duskfall, surrounded by this lightning barrier that keeps out ghosts. Except everyone that dies makes a ghost. And that includes the people inside the city. So it's a very haunted locale. And one thing about this game is that it's very player-directed. But that means they often don't know what to do. So I like to give them rumors that they've heard around town that they could follow up on. Sev Carder was found dead, killed with a phase sword. That's a pretty cool weapon. They were to be put to trial for robbery. I've used something like that, pretty similar. Yeah, number 18. Ooh, Lord Daphnia wants dirt on Roland Valaris and will pay big. Beware the Skovlander wet nurse. That's pretty cool. I like that idea. That might make an interesting rumor. I like that. That's kind of different from the scores, the criminal undertakings that the crew has taken on thus far. So I think I'm going to use something like that. That's a good starting place. Who's Lord Daphnia, though? Do we care about Lord Daphnia? Maybe we don't. But maybe it's good to have... Let's see. There is a lord on the faction sheet. It might be interesting. Lord Skurlock. Do we want to bring Lord Skurlock into this? The Leviathan Hunters. It could be a group that the players already... They'd certainly be interested if it was the Unseen, instead of some random lord. The Unseen are almost like the Mafia. They handle a lot of the criminal activity in the city of Duskwall. Or Duskvol is the Akarosi name. So, let's see. The Unseen want dirt on Roland Valaris and will pay big. That would also help them finish this clock. Who's going to be Roland Valaris? Who are they trying to infiltrate again? Who are the Unseen trying to infiltrate? Was it the Spirit Wardens? So they can do their activities unchecked. That would certainly be interesting. infiltrate the Spirit Wardens. And last session we had a Spirit Warden introduced. So what if it was someone that the players were only to... How would you get dirt on a Spirit Warden? It would be difficult. Maybe the Spirit Warden's real name is Roland Valeris. On the Spirit, well, that's the whole point, is the Spirit Wardens are so difficult to infiltrate because no one knows anything about them. They wear masks. The Unseen want dirt on Roland Valeris. Alright, so who's telling them this rumor? I like the idea that you have to beware the Skovlander wet nurse. That's automatically creepy, because that's not somebody you'd assume would be scary. Let's see. Who's going to tell them about it? Well, it can't be their old friend. And Suri was expressing an interest in Bajo Baz. But she can pursue that if she wants. Sally, an information broker. Certainly might be convenient. Except that was an old character. Grace, an extortionist. Well, that's perfect. Grace, the extortionist. How would Grace the extortionist contact them? While paring her nails with a steak knife, Grace the extortionist tells you the Unseen want dirt on Roland Valeris and will pay big. But, she warns. She would say but instead of however. But, she warns. Beware the Skovlander wet nurse. What's going to be the twist? We need the twist. Let's go to the book. Actually. Twist or complication? Here's where I roll 2d6. Alright, looks like I got two options here. Rogue spirits possess some, most, or all of the people involved. I feel like that might be the Skullflander wet nurse. Let's check the other one. An element is a front for a criminal enterprise. That's interesting. Might be some turf grabbing there. Turf tip. While paring her nails with a steak knife. Paring? Yes. Grace the Extortionist tells you the unseen want dirt on Roland Valeris and will pay big. Beware the Skullflander wet nurse. She's one as... Who are the unseen enemies with? Allies, the Bluecoats, of course. Ironhook Prison, the Forgotten Gods, and Ciphers. Enemies, Inkrakes, the Hive. I guess the law aspect of the Inkrakes. The Hive and the Spirit Wardens. I mean, let's check the Hive. We haven't really brought the Hive into it. The Hive, a guild of legitimate merchants who secretly trade in contraband, named for their symbol, a golden bee. Turf, many shops, taverns, cafes, warehouses, and other mercantile establishments all across the city. No centralized HQ. Their leader grew up as an urchin in the Dagger Isles, learned all the secrets of vice and smuggling. Having built up her acquisition and distribution network in the city, as well as within the Ministry of Preservation, she is poised to take over all of the contraband markets. She had a close relationship with the leader of the Crows, Rorik, who was recently murdered by his second in command. The Hive is known to avoid doing business with any occult or arcane groups. The Church of Ecstasy is popular among Hive members who reject the superstitions and weird practices of the past. Interesting. Huh. A criminal group that's kind of opposed to the supernatural. What? Reports. To a shops, taverns, cafes, warehouses, and other mercantile establishments. To a tavern owned by the Hive. Well, what's the turf then? Is it the tavern? What was my previous turf tip? This one, which the players never quite followed through on. I mean, it could be a new source of, like, work with the Hive, but that's not really it. So it might not be turf then. This is for money and to improve relations with the unseen. Are the Hive allied with... It looks like the Ministry of Preservation and the Dagger Isles Consulate. That's interesting. Unseen want dirt on Roland Valeris and will pay big. Pay big for... pay big if and will pay big for proof of his connection to the spirit wardens. But, she warns, beware the Skullblander wet nurse. She reports to a tavern owned by the Hive. That's nice. It's a short one. And I've had some long ones. And maybe that's good. Alright, well, I think I am done for tonight. I made a secret for one of my players in my D&D game, and I made a rumor for the players of my Blades in the Dark campaign. So, that's all for tonight, folks. If you are watching this later, thanks for watching and checking out my stream. I'll see you folks tomorrow night. And hopefully you can come by and offer suggestions or just chit-chat while we do some campaign prep and think about or discuss RPG stuff. Good night for now.